Welcome back to another episode of The Last Lap. My name is Jimmy, and I'm joined by my friend and co-host Matthew, as always. Today we got a lot of announcements for you guys. We got a new idol and star in NASCAR as an owner or co-owner. We got some schedules announced. We got to talk about the Chili Bowl, the Daytona 500, a bunch of stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first topic of today's video is quite an interesting one, to say the least. So what happened was there was an ARCA test at Daytona, and there was a 15-year-old named Taylor Gray, and he posted a video on social media of him driving the car at Daytona full speed on the backstretch heading into turn 3, and he was smart enough to post it on social media. And somebody caught it and recorded it, posted it on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. And he was fined $1,000 for it, and he was placed on probation. In my opinion, there's not really much to say, but don't text and drive, or don't Snapchat and drive. Just don't do anything, like especially when you're in a race car going that fast at Daytona. And keep in mind, this kid is 15. He doesn't even have a driver's license or anything, and he's testing at Daytona. Granted, he was by himself on the track, which is good, but like at the same time, driving a car that fast, having the phone in your hand, just don't do it. But that's all I gotta say, and I'm gonna let Matthew go on a little rant here, see what he has to say about it.
Pretty stupid, that's for sure. We need to start putting some of these. We need to enforce some of these age limits because apparently, the younger we're letting these kids drive these race cars, the more stupid things they do with it. Now they're doing sensitivity training for all these drivers. Now we need to start having common sense training, I think, because I mean, you would think that people would be this smart enough to not do that, but here we are, a 15-year-old who doesn't have a driver's license. Probably doesn't even. He probably only has his learner's permit. I'm guessing. Maybe not. I'm not going. I don't know that. He's literally just taking video while he's driving 200. Well, for ARCA cars, it's probably like 180 at Daytona. I know he was by himself, but I just don't know what to say about this. I mean, if I were that kid, like you should probably be ashamed of yourself because you almost pretty much almost ruined your whole racing career just by doing that. Who knows? Race teams aren't going to take you seriously when you're going to be asking, "Oh, I want to ride for this season." They're going to look back at him like, "Should we really take this kid seriously?" So he probably already damaged his reputation already. So, I'm sorry, kid, but you got a lot of learning to do. And please, for any other future NASCAR drivers, please be smart with yourself. Don't bring your phone to the racetrack if you have to. I don't care about how many followers you're having on Instagram or TikTok these days. Good Lord. But just leave in your hall, car, whatever. Don't mess with it. Because your primary focus should be on that race car, trying to get better at that certain track, trying to tune up your car, trying to figure out your strategy for this race. Now I'm trying to film this cool video of you driving. We got plenty of footage of that, and that's on Fox and NBC. You don't need to do that yourself and risk pretty much hitting straight on the wall from that. So that's all I have to say, and good luck to you, kid. That's all I have to say.
So the first topic of today's video is going to be the Chili Bowl. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a dirt race that's run, and it's one of the most popular ones of the year. There are a few Cup drivers who entered in it. Chase Elliott entered in it, and he got into like the F main or something like that. I'm not entirely sure how they divide the mains and all that stuff. But Chase Elliott was in it. Ricky Stenhouse was in it. A few other drivers I think were in it too. I know Alex Bowman like owns a car that raced in it or something like that. But Kyle Larson ended up winning it for the second year in a row, I believe. And just a brief opinion, I think it's cool. Kyle Larson always loves to race on dirt, so I think it's good for him to be able to continue to do that and to be able to get his second win in a row. So besides that, there's also the Rolex 24 coming up, pretty soon. Chase Elliott will be racing in that. Jimmy Johnson will be racing in that. Those are the two main names. But that'll be upcoming pretty soon. And it's exciting just to see drivers race in all different types of series throughout the off season, and I'm looking forward to it. So Matthew's going to talk about our next topic.
So for some truck series off-season news, news came out that ThorSport will not be with Ford next year for them as their manufacturer. It's believed that Toyota will be the manufacturer for ThorSport for this coming season. As for my reaction, it's kind of weird how they're going back and forth. Like it was Toyota, then it was Ford for a couple of years, and now they're back to Toyota again. So it is a little weird how that goes, but it's nice to see, I guess, another Toyota team in the truck series again. And it'll be interesting to see how they do next year. If they'll improve, or will they be the same as they were last year?
So the next topic we're going to briefly talk about in today's video is AJ Almandinger, who is racing full-time in the Xfinity Series for Colleague Racing, but he's going to make an appearance in the Cup Series at the Daytona Road Course, not the Clash. The Clash is going to be raced at the Daytona Road Course, and then the week after they did Daytona 500, they'll be racing for points on the Daytona Road Course. So AJ Allmendinger will be making a Cup Series debut there. I think it's good that he's finally back in the Cup Series, even if it's just for one race or a few races. It's always exciting to see him at a road course. He won the Daytona Road Course in July or something in the Xfinity Series. So it'll be exciting to see him back at that. What? It wasn't July? When was it?
It was Cindric that won the Daytona Road Course. Yeah.
Who did? Where
Allmendinger won the Roval.
The Roval? Oh, whatever. Okay. Well, he won his last attempt at a road course. It'll be exciting to see him race at a road course. It's always exciting. It'll give Chase Elliott a run for his money. So it'll be interesting as a Chase Elliott fan. I mean, I don't know. It's just cool to see a lot of road course racers in road courses. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, AJ Allmendinger, he's going to put it all on the line for a win. So I'm excited to see him run in a Cup race, and maybe it'll lead to future opportunities too.
So for our next section here, we'll be talking about some of the new drivers that are going to be trying to get into the Daytona 500 for this year. It's already been a stacked list so far because of the it's just the last year of the Generation 6 cars, and it's gonna be a while until we probably have this type of field again because of the next gen cars coming out. So some of the new drivers that I just announced that are coming in are Ty Dillon, who's going to be driving the number 96 car, not full time, but I think part time as of right now. Derek Hope, who's going to be in the number 15 car for Rick Rare Racing. Let's see. I know this was probably already announced, but Noah Gregson is also going to be in the 62 car for which Brandon Gaughan used to drive that car. He'll be in, try to race his way in. Another one, Austin Cindric, will be racing a 415 Penske car, trying to get in the Daytona 500, and the number 33 car, which I found an interesting number choice. I thought it'd be going somewhere like with a 2 in there. But it's interesting to see Austin Cindric on there. And I'm trying to think, was there a
McMurray?
Oh yes, Jamie McMurray. He's going little Jamie baby. But
Big Mac.
He's gonna be racing. Yeah, he'll be racing number 77 car for Spire Motorsports, which Ganassi is preparing, which will be kind of like a third Ganassi car, basically. But it's nice seeing Jamie McMurray back on the track. Again, former Daytona 500 winner and amazing restrictor plate driver. So let's see. Was there anyone else I'm missing? All right. It looks like I got all of them good. There's a lot of drivers this year, man. I'm not used to having this big a field anymore because of how expensive the sport's gone since like 2007. But it's nice to see a lot of drivers trying to make their way in. It's going to be really interesting how that goes in the duels. The duels are actually going to be really exciting to watch for once. So it's not going to be just a single file line this time, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll make sure to keep you guys updated on if any other teams try to make it, and then we'll give you guys a full list of the drivers that are trying to make the Daytona 500, because you have to qualify your way in through the duels if you're not eligible in points and all that stuff. But we'll make sure to explain that to you guys once the time gets closer towards the Daytona 500. So without further ado, let's get into our next topic. So our next topic in today's video is going to be about Tony Stewart, who is arguably one of the greatest NASCAR drivers. Obviously not of all time, because Richard Petty, 200 wins, 7 championships, all that. But Tony Stewart is still a really good driver in the Cup Series, and he's had a few communications issues with NASCAR recently. The first of which being about his dirt track Eldora. He tried to reach out to NASCAR because he heard that the Cup Series was trying to get on dirt, and he reached out to NASCAR and was trying to tell them that he would like them to race at his track Eldora, but nobody from NASCAR apparently got back in touch with him, and that ended up and he said that he didn't want involvement with NASCAR and his track anymore, so that led to the Truck Series not being involved at Eldora anymore. And then the next issue was he was interested in possibly running the Clash at the Daytona Road Course. And once again, he reached out to NASCAR and didn't hear anything back. So my brief opinion on it is if this is true and that nobody from NASCAR at all talked to Tony Stewart, especially about the schedule and racing on dirt, that's just kind of disappointing. It's sad that they didn't reach out to Tony Stewart after he reached out to them and responded. Hopefully in the future, they can come back together again and race at Eldora, because Eldora is a really cool track. And I'd like to keep Tony Stewart involved in the sport as long as possible, because he's just one of the best drivers to ever do it. But yeah, hopefully that they're able to fix this and in the future get back together again.
So my opinion on the whole Tony Stewart ordeal, here's my thing about it. So the rules of getting in the Clash this year are supposed to be for drivers that were racing full-time last year. And of course, Tony Stewart hasn't raced since 2016. So even if, NASCAR did reach out to Tony, he still wouldn't be able to qualify because he wasn't a full-time driver last season. But I mean, who knows? If they did reach out, maybe they could have had an exception. But I think it's a little on both sides. I mean, Stewart probably should have looked and see the requirements that you're supposed to be allowed to go in the Clash, and it's supposed to be for full-time drivers last year, and he wasn't a full-time driver, so he wouldn't be eligible. But it's also NASCAR's blame too for not picking up the phone. Apparently they're too busy calling other people, I guess. I don't know who other is more important than Tony Stewart, but it's a shaming. But I mean, that's just how business is, I guess.
Our final topic in today's video is a good one. It's going to be another famous star that's going to be involved in NASCAR as a co-owner, and that person is going to be Pitbull. So if you guys don't know who Pitbull is, look him up. He's a really cool guy, produces a lot of cool music and stuff. But yeah, he is involved in NASCAR now, along with Michael Jordan. So that's two incredible stars that are involved in NASCAR now, and it's really cool. I mean, I love to see this kind of stuff. It's amazing to see Michael Jordan have his own team, and now Pitbull is going to be a co-owner of Trackhouse Racing. So, I mean, just in my short opinion, I think it's amazing. It's cool. Brings a lot more people into the sport. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Trackhouse Racing is just starting up. It's good that they'll have Pitbull as a co-owner to kind of pour some money into that organization. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Pitbull does with his team, and then Michael Jordan does with his team next year.
Mr. Worldwide is in the building apparently, but it's so cool to see Pitbull, another celebrity in NASCAR. I mean, this just shows, all the business decisions that NASCAR's made this past year has really helped, open more eyes to people who didn't really consider watching NASCAR or even caring about NASCAR. So first it was Michael Jordan, now it's Pitbull, and I'm hoping there'll be more celebrities coming in. How about like Drake? Drake, bring your own team. We want OVO Racing. I think that's the brand. But or yeah, it's just cool to see these big names coming into NASCAR as an owner, as owners, co-owners, you name it. So I think it's cool for the sport, and I can't wait to see how this goes for Daniel Suarez and his team.
That is all for today's episode of The Last Lap. I know that was a bunch of news, but a lot of stuff happened in the past week, and I don't see it slowing down until Daytona gets here. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. You follow us on Instagram because we post some stuff on there that happens in between our YouTube videos. But that's all for us in this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.